Page 20, when the organ plays. I'm a little surprised they're doing something like this right now, because this sort of piece, when you have all these chords, sound a whole lot better if you can use the sustaining pedal. And they haven't introduced the pedal yet. However, we'll do what we can with this. We're just playing chords. This happens a lot in piano. Sometimes we just have to play chords. A lot of notes at the same time. It's important, you're lowering the hands and you're just letting the notes, the weight fall on those fingers, and everything goes down at the same time, hopefully. Let's look this over. It's 3 lines long, treble, bass, clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature. When the key is C major, make sure you can do the C major scale. 1 octave up and down is fine. 4/4 time signature, and let's just try it one hand at a time, make sure we understand all these notes that's going on. And you want a 1, 2 here. We're sort of in this position to start with, so it's a 1. You can't connect these very well, that's all right. The second line, they want a 1 and 2. Yuck, I don't want to go to here to here. So let's prepare for that. I suggest instead of 1 and 2, you're here. I suggest you do 2 and 3. Because you can come up here and get it easily. This is awkward, come from here to here. Ugh. So I'm going to go from the last note of the first line, I'm going to do 2 and 3 on the second line. I'm just stay there. And then hold the whole note down. And then go on. Now, they want here. There's other fingerings for that, but this is okay. And then going on. Make sure in the last couple of measures you're holding these half notes down. Now, on the last measure, they have a 1, 2 here, and then use the thumb again here. No, please, no. That's, again, more of a beginner's fingering. I want to connect this. I want to connect it. So I'm going to play that with 2, 3, 5. Not 1, 2, 5, it's 2, 3, 5. Just come down a bit. This way my thumb is ready. So the last 2 measures at the bottom. Like so. We have to practice that because it has to be a steady beat throughout. And we got some strings that we're crawling around a little bit. We do a lot of that in piano, so this is good practice for that. Left hand, let's see what it's doing. You're here. You come up. That's fine. You come back down and do it again. This is good. Okay, put the hands together. You're here, and then here. Just take your time with this. Each chord, make sure you got it. And then here. And then going up, both hands, here and up here. Hold the whole notes down. And then we go on. And here. Hold the half notes down. Yeah. So you work it out slowly. Go back and work on the treble spots. Get rid of the hesitations. So there's no hesitations. Oh. And we think about the articulation, which they don't give you. Play this as connected as you can. Lift up here. Then lift up. It's between the phrases. Can you hear the musical sentences here? The musical thoughts. The first 2 measures was a thought. It's like every 2 measures seems to be a thought. And you lift up. That's okay. You can lift up in both hands here. Then the dynamics. For us, for right now, just play it soft. You have the crescendo in the second line go. The second line last. Now you go up to moderately loud. Mezzo forte. 2 measures, you're soft. So you can get, but again, you need to get where you can feel this. So you're comfortable enough with the chords and the fingering, where you're getting into the music, you feel this in the second line. The loudest part to me is the first note in the second measure, the second line. Then come down. Come back down to sort of soft, whatever. You didn't go up too much because you went from soft up to about a moderately soft or so. Now you're moderately loud. There. Experiment. See if you can feel this. You see when they put in these hairpins, these crescendo and diminuendo arrows, they don't always put them in exactly where they go. You have to use the music and your judgment on really where it is. So it's like they have the middle of the hairpins in between the first and second measure. There's no note there. I've played, I'm done. So to me, the loudest part of that swell, we call it a swell when you go up and back down. The loudest part of the swell is the second measure, the first note. So I'm going to go there, go to here, there, and then come back down. Careful, don't take exactly what they've written and say, well, that's where it is, so that's where it has to happen all the time. Sometimes that's true, but when it comes to articulation and things and dynamics, yeah, check the music. Does it make musical sense to do that? Now, speed, well, again, is just a gentle speed. Just a gentle speed. You can play a little faster, slower. Don't go too much faster, but however you feel it. Don't drag it, because it's got a flow. It has to have some motion to it. On a piano, when you play it, it hits and then dies away. Hits and dies away. Hits and dies away. So if you go too slow, that's all you get is a hit and die away. Hit and die away. Ugh. See the last measure, the fermatas? I haven't had fermatas for a while. Here, and then you have the fermata on the E. That's the note that tells you how long to hold it. Everything else is just going to stay down however long it has to. And the E, you just hold that as long as it feels right, and then let everything up. When I do it with a metronome, I'll just double it and I'll hold the E for 4 counts instead of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, and then I'll lift up. But when you're playing it, you just feel that. This one would be a good one to come back to after you learn the pedal. After they've introduced the sustaining pedal, come back and do this with the pedal and you'll find it sounds a whole lot better. Let's play it together slowly and check. It's going to be kind of hard with so many notes. If you want to just do it one hand at a time, just check to make sure you have your chord should sound pretty much the same as mine. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 4, 2.